Hello, hello, hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. My channel's all about dating, love, relationship, talks, relationship advice channel. And I use news clips, articles, all that good stuff, whatever, to help people to date smart and not thirsty. Now, we're going to get into this topic back again. Now, this is day two in court. I am going to finish the rest of the day one, but we're going to get into day two today, and it's going to be kind of long. So make sure you hit the like, share me out, put your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, all that good stuff. Do you know this lunatic, this proud Dusty, had a tantrum in court because he refused to get dressed? Yeah, you see the title here? So we're going to watch this clip first, and then we're going to get right into what happened in court. This was Friday? Yeah, Friday. All right, so we're going to get right into it. Would you do like again? Hit the like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. And also, if you need to reach out to me, look in the description. You can find my email, and you can go from there. If you need in coaching and dating, love, relationship, or you need to speak to me about something, or you have a viewer's request, whatever it is, everything is confidential. Let's get it.
The court is ready to proceed.
And I also want to let you know the speed is on 1.30. If it's too fast for you, too slow, hit the setting and adjust it to whatever's comfortable for you. Let's get it.
With the further testimony in the preliminary examination hearing. The reason we're starting so late is because we apparently have a very disruptive defendant. He is at court. He's not in the courtroom, however, because of his behavior. That's what I'm told. Also, apparently some threats were made earlier, and that's why he's not in the courtroom right now. He is in lockup. Another reason for the delay is they were having difficulty with our Zoom, but I'm told that might have been taken care of. Is that correct, Officer McManus?
So, Judge, he says it's working, good connection back there now.
All right. So, are they connecting with us now?
They can hear you and they can see you apparently, but they.
Who is back there? Is Officer Foster back there?
Officer Foster.
Officer Foster, are you with us?
He's not in the back end.
Pardon?
It is connected back there, so it's sitting outside the cell where he can see the courtroom. He can hear.
You have to come forward, please. Who are you referring to?
The defendant, Booker. He's back in the cell, and the iPad's sitting outside the cell, and he can hear and he can see the courtroom.
DeAndre Booker, can you hear the court? This is Judge Bodecker.
He probably won't answer. It's muted back there. It's just sitting outside there, so no one has access to it. So no one has control if you want to speak to him.
He has to be able to hear us, otherwise it's not
He
doing
can
nothing.
hear. He can hear you. He just can't respond. It's on mute. So
Well, we're going to need for him to respond at this point.
Based upon our discussions in chambers, Your Honor.
Can you have them unmute that though? Can we do it right now?
I will. Okay.
Thank you.
I would ask that, if we unmute so he can, if he will acknowledge that he's listening. If not, my suggestion would be to very briefly put the video feed onto him just for purposes of Your Honor being able to identify him as physically being present on the record, and then the rest can be by audio.
Thank you. And Mr. Lang, we've had discussions in chambers about basically what I said. Is that correct? And you talked to him this morning, and it's not just only his behavior, but apparently because of his behavior, the clothing that
My
he's
understanding
to wear right now is
and from
would not
what
be
I
appropriate
witnessed
for the
myself,
courtroom.
and I'm sorry for talking over you.
Go ahead.
Yes, but based upon what I've been told by the jail officers and what I saw personally when I went back there, it's my understanding that he was uncooperative in getting dressed into like the jail uniform that inmates usually appear in court in, and that the only thing that they have covering some of his body looks to me like some kind of a blanket or whatever. So I don't think he's in any appropriate state of dress to be in the courtroom or even shown on video. Other than, I think, just briefly to identify him for purposes of the record.
Thank you.
Copy, go ahead and unmute.
Do you know whether he can hear us?
He can hear us, yes.
DeAndre Booker, state your name, please.
They have to unmute him yet, they haven't done that yet, so he can speak. He can hear us and see us, but he can't
I
talk.
thought that's what they were doing right now.
That's what they're doing right now, but they haven't done it.
Oh, they haven't done it. To make a further record, Mr. Lane, you contacted the court to inform the court that the defendant did not want to be here the other day. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. When we met by Zoom on Wednesday morning to discuss.
Copy.
DeAndre Booker, can you hear the court?
Do you hear this, Proud Dusty? The nerve of him. Oh boy, let's get back to it. Like I said, we're just watching a clip of what happened on Friday with him having his little tantrum, and then we're going to get into everything else that happened in court. Let's resume.
Your Honor, it's obvious to me that Mr. Booker is in the cell. He's not making himself available for visibility purposes. And I can let the court know that based upon my conversations and meetings with Mr. Booker.
Just 1 second, please. It's real clear to the court that Mr. Booker is screaming. He's in the jail cell. Rather than just listen to that, I don't know if you can hear us there, but if you would have him muted, please. Thank you.
After hearing him acting like a fool like this, now I can see why she dumped you. Now I see why she could not tolerate you no more. That's why she didn't want you. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit the like.
Judge, thank you.
Perhaps suggest, just so the record is clear, is maybe have whatever officers of the court that are present in front of Mr. Booker's cell now identify themselves as well, and this way, if there's ever any appeal or they need to say that they saw him and they participated in this, that's the only thing that I can think of as a record, if the court wishes. But
Okay, we can have Officer Foster come back in. Go ahead, Mr. Lang.
But at this juncture, obviously, just so the proceedings are disrupted and we can get a clear record, I would obviously want his portion of the audio to be muted so we can't hear him. But I would tell the court for the record, based upon my numerous meetings with Mr. Booker, conversations with Mr. Booker, and my own viewing of him in that particular holding cell a few minutes ago, that he is present physically. I believe the technology is here so that he can hear the proceedings. I believe that based upon his behavior, I think the court would be within its jurisdiction and power to have the proceedings go without him being physically present, based upon the fact that he can hear the proceedings. I think that's in line with Michigan law with regard to disruptive behavior, and I would stipulate to us continuing the preliminary examination based on all of that.
The only thing I would caveat that with is perhaps the court should at least tell him if he is going to continue to be disruptive, we will go forward in his absence. Just so that that's on the record, he knows that.
Yes, I agree, Your Honor. You would have to, give him that warning. I think we already know what the response is going to be.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I think from a technical standpoint, it still has to happen.
I will do that. In our discussions in the chambers, though you did, this issue came up a couple days ago because the defendant wouldn't even come out of his jail cell. I had an ordering that he be taken out of his jail cell, but you indicated that at some point you did talk to him, and he indicated he did not want to come to court, but that he would waive his right to be present even though he might be on Zoom. Is that correct, Mr. Lang?
That is correct, Your Honor. And I know that when we did then break, I got out of the break room with him. You decided that you wanted to have him in court anyways on Wednesday. He was in court. He wasn't disruptive on Wednesday. Today's a different day.
Officer Foster, you were back there, correct?
Yes, Judge. Michael Foster, probation security.
We were able to review and hear some of Mr. Booker's behavior. He can hear us, is that correct?
He could certainly hear the court, Judge.
Can you hear us right now?
He can hear you right now,
Just,
but he's muted. I was told to mute him.
okay.
He can hear you.
Okay, can you unmute him so that I can speak with him for a moment, please?
Okay, he's unmuted,
Thank
gentlemen.
you. DeAndre Booker, this is the judge. I just want to inform you that you do have a right to be present in court.
To the people that has been following my channel, he's just like Sorak. Him and Sorak just alike. They have to, it's all about them. They have to have attention. They have to have, having their little tantrums and stuff like this. Everybody supposed to cater to them. I can see why she dumped him. I can see why. I can see what type of guy he was. And she was like, oh, heck no, I'm not going to deal with this. She got out of that relationship. She did the smart thing. She got away from him. See, at first, I thought that she went up to his house. No, it wasn't like that. No. She dumped him. This man was over here stalking her. He was stalking her. Yes, he was. And then grabbed her and unalived her. Well, we'll find out everything else, when it goes to court, when they have the trial. And if it's public, I will definitely follow. We'll find out more information. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen.
You have a constitutional right to be here with your attorney. I'll ask you, are you waving that right? You can mute him, please. Thank you. Let the record reflect that his behavior is the same. He's screaming and yelling. He can't hear us and he can see us, so we are going to proceed without him being physically in the courtroom.
No objection, Judge.
Well, I'm assuming the video now can be blacked out.
Yeah, we can black out the video of him, but he can see the record.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm gonna switch to clips, so it's gonna be silent for a second. Now we're gonna get into what happened in court all day. I just want to put that in the beginning, that clip of him having his tantrum. Poor him. Nobody understands him, right? Now I see why she dumped you. All right, that last video we watched, it was on normal speed, but I guess it was for the best because we wanted to hear that, hear the proud Dusty clearly. So now this is going to be on speed 1.30. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. You hit the like, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging, and thank you for the replay watchers. Let's get it. And if you want to know about this trial a little bit, feel free to read the description. Let's resume. Not trial, pre-hearing. Pre-hearing trial, I believe it's called, is not the actual trial.
All rise. The 39th District Court is back in session.
And this is the same day that he had the tantrum. Same day.
Madam Chief Justice DeAndre Booker.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Carmen Franco, attorney on behalf of the people.
Carrie Stewart on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robbie Lang, here on behalf of DeAndre Booker. I would say for the record, that's my understanding, Mr. Booker is not present physically in court, but he is in the lockup and watching and listening to all the proceedings pursuant to your order earlier this morning. And will be present by that method all after.
Very well. Are you ready to call your next witness?
We are, Your Honor. This time, Your Honor, people call Detective Taylor.
Good afternoon. Say your name for the record, please.
Detective Taylor, I'm Roseville Department.
First name, please.
Patrick, DMP, RICK.
Raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give this matter will be the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you may have a seat, Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir. What is your current occupation?
I am a detective at the Roseville Police Department.
How long have you been employed in that capacity?
I have been with the Detective Bureau since November 22. I've been with the department since January 21.
How long have you been a police officer in total?
It'd be 8 years, it'd be 9 years in January.
Your current assignment within the department is what?
A detective.
What does that mean?
I am assigned complaints that individuals make, and then they are fully investigated by us. We will send up a warrant request if we see fit, and then we will handle any and all court proceedings once they go through with that.
In that capacity, as a detective with the Roseville Police Department, did you have cause to investigate the disappearance of Ashley Elkins?
Yes,
When did you become involved in that case?
it was January 2025.
How did your involvement begin?
I was approached by my partner, Detective Matthew Lesperance, with assistance to begin looking for some video footage at the apartment complex, which was last seen.
Which apartment complex did you go to?
It was, I don't know a specific name, but it was at Pinehurst and Roseville.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
Do you know when you went there?
I believe it was January 6th or 7th.
When you got there, how did you go about looking for camera, or video evidence?
We met with, or we spoke with the property manager prior to our arrival. They allowed us access into the area to begin reviewing. They had our drive down or monitor. And then Detective Les Rods advised me we also had additional neighbors bring to follow up.
Your Honor, at this time, there is a stipulation for the admission of exhibits 95 through 119.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, for purposes of exam only.
It will be it.
Let's start first. I know we have exhibit 95 is, we'll come back to that. Let's start with 96 first.
Thank you. If anyone else has phones on, please turn them off.
Let me do it this way here so we can share. All right. Do you see, can you see exhibit 96 there, sir?
Yes,
All right, what are we looking at?
that would be an overhead view of the apartment complex that we were at.
Can you orient us a little bit to what we're looking at?
Can I approach?
Sure, if it would help your testimony.
This would be Pinehurst Street right here.
So the record is clear, you're pointing to the right third of the screen?
Yes.
The street that runs top to bottom?
Correct. And the said apartment complex we were specifically at was right here.
The building that's in the bottom right corner of the bottom right quadrant, is that fair to say?
Yes.
What is on the left side there?
Left side, here or
On the left side of the screen itself?
this right here is a shopping complex known as the Eastgate Plaza. There's a Family Dollar and a furniture store in this specific building right here.
And all those other buildings then, in addition to the one that's, as you mentioned in the right quadrant, the other 3 buildings or so, what are those?
These are other apartment complexes. This is the entire same complex.
Were there cameras located that recorded events that are that would be present in this area?
Yes, right, Sean.
Yes, please.
There was 2 affixed to the south side of the parking lot right here, as well as 2 affixed to the north side of the parking lot right here.
So the record is clear. This is still that initial building that's running left to right on the bottom right quadrant. You're saying the bottom left corner there were 2 cameras, and in the top left corner there were 2 cameras?
Yes.
Let's go to. Were you able to get all the data from those cameras? Each of those cameras?
Yes.
Let's go to exhibit 97. What are we looking at here, sir?
That is a separate complex that is just north of the where we were initially at.
So in the bottom of 97, those 2 buildings that we see. Let's start with those. What are those 2 buildings on the bottom that we see?
Is correct.
Yes.
These are the same complex that we were at originally.
So
just
that's the very top of 96.
Yes.
Now we're going further north.
Correct.
Okay. Pinehurst that's still the street on the right.
Yes, Pinehurst is still here. This is still Eastgate Plaza parking lots.
Now, in this complex, is this a separate complex altogether?
Yes, same property manager, but it's a separate name.
You know the name of this one?
I believe this one was Colonial.
What was the first one?
I don't remember the first one verbatim.
That's okay. Let's talk about Colonial then. Were there any cameras at Colonial that captured events that would have taken place in this area?
Yes.
Where were they located?
This garage looking shelter right here, there was a office sign fixed to the front of it. There's cameras that were fixated to the south pointing to this direction, as well as the east pointing towards Pinehurst, north to an additional parking lot and complex, as well as the Eastgate Plaza parking lot.
All right, and just so that I'm clear, when you say this building, the shed, whatever word you use there, this is top left part of the screen above the final gray slate colored roof. There's a smaller, lighter colored roof.
Yes, it has a light gray siding or roof with light siding on it.
And you are indicating that there were 2 cameras that face to the right of this screen and to the top of the screen from that building?
Yes.
And then where were the other 2?
There was one facing directly this way, one facing down, one facing north, and one facing west.
So they're all going, they're following the compass rose.
Correct.
All right. Let's go to 98. What do we have here?
That is the other apartment complex directly north of the Colonial.
We still see that same shed,
Yes,
and that's down on the bottom of 98.
that is correct.
Do you remember the name of this complex?
I believe it was the Pinehurst Apartments.
And then let's go to 99. What do we have here, sir?
It's the same one with the full view of the additional building in the back.
And anything of note also depicted in this photo?
We still have the shed where the original cameras were for the Colonial apartment complex.
Yes.
We have obviously Pinehurst still here. We have a large garage in the center back here. The large open area with many people park at with most residents.
And what about the very top left? About a third of the way in. Is there anything of note there? Top left, about a third of the way in. Yes.
Right in this area?
Yes.
There's a dumpster.
I'm at the last resort. I've lost a fail.
Are there any cameras that capture the events that occur in this location?
The cameras down here catch it slightly. We confirm there's cameras along the back of these buildings. We confirm management they do not work there just for show.
Not operational. So no video footage from this area.
Not from the Pinehurst Street itself. No.
All right, you can regain your seat there. Let me ask you then, you were able to view the videos that were from those other two complexes?
Yes.
Where did you do that?
Initially on scene, one was in the basement of the initial complex. Another one was the ring camera that was affixed to the western building, just north of the original complex. And then the shed with the light gray roof and light siding that's in the colonial apartment. And then when I return back to the station, I'll read further.
So you were able to download all that?
Yes.
Save it?
Yes.
So the thumb drive or hard drive?
The colonial apartment and the initial apartments, they were downloaded to the hard drives brought back here. The ring camera footage, I initially reviewed at the complex itself. And then the owner of that said ring camera provided me login information to officially download everything to the computer.
You know, let's talk about that for just a second. I don't think we can touch on that. Let me go back to 96. Show you the screen again. You indicated that you found some ring videos. Where would those have been if you could step out again? Sure.
The ring camera itself, there's a partition comes out, was affixed to the front of it, right around this area.
All right, so the record is clear. You're pointing to the building complex on the left of 96, almost in the very center of 96, almost dead center of the page.
Yes.
And that's where there was a ring camera?
Yes, it was affixed to the front post of the porch cover.
And which direction was it facing?
Directly east, so we're caught this entire walkway.
All right, great, thank you. You can regain your seat now. Father, did you hit that earlier? All right. Oh, Robbie, also exhibit 4. It's a daytime video. Yeah, it's the one. Sorry. So I'd move for admission of exhibit 4 as well, please.
No objection, Your Honor, for purposes of exam.
All right. Let me show you People's Exhibit 4, sir. What are we looking at in Exhibit 4? Where is this?
That would be the parking lot just south of the apartment complex. That is Roseville Road right there, 7-Eleven on the south end of it.
7-Eleven, top center of the screen?
Yep, that would be the south side of Roseville.
Is there a timestamp on this? Oh, can we move that? It doesn't even move.
This is the same that we have.
Yes.
And it says
Got a picture of that? Yeah.
12/33/59.
Yes, I didn't want to. I can do it that way. It's January 2nd, 2025, 12/33/59. All right. At 12:34:05, we have some people who have entered the screen from the bottom right. Why is this of note to you?
We were given a description of the vehicle for Miss Elkins. The vehicle's right there. It's a Chevrolet. Parked one spot away from the handicap. We were looking for video of her vehicle coming and going.
Did you capture video of her vehicle coming in as well?
Yes.
All right. We'll get to that next. I probably should show you that first, but we'll go forward from here. As it relates to the individual in the screen now, the individuals, was there anything of note with these individuals that you saw?
When he approached the vehicle, he was she looked like they were both approaching passenger side first. He went to the rear, looked like he was looking at something. Looked like they appeared to exchange some words, and then she got on the passenger side of the vehicle.
She got on the passenger side?
I'm sorry, the driver's side. He got on the passenger side.
I don't want to jump forward that far, sorry. I want to jump forward just a few seconds to speed this up a little.
I traded my evening wine for evening.
Now, the vehicle is leaving the parking lot at 12:35:40. Which direction is that?
That would be eastbound off Roseville.
Let's go to what has already been entered as People's 3. Show you that as well. Timestamp. Let me share the screen first. This will be at timestamp 1/2/25 at 7:58:01. This has already been entered as 3. What do we see in here, sir?
Ms. Elkins' vehicle arriving.
I assume 7:58:01 is AM, correct?
AM, I'm sorry, yes. It'll be military time. I'll read, Judge. Thank you. I apologize.
I assume that.
Although, actually, no, it might not be military. It might be AM. Yeah. My mistake. I'll make it clear as we go forward. At 7:59:43, we see an individual getting out of that vehicle. Do you know who that individual is?
Yes.
How do you know who that is?
It was later shown and identified as Miss Ashley Elkins.
How were you able to identify it as Ashley Elkins?
Detective Les Bronx met with the family and they showed the video. They confirmed that's what it was.
Now let's go to People's. People's 100 and People's 100. Seems like every time I open a new video, I have to reshare everything, so I apologize. People's 1, still that same camera angle now at 2:59:15 p.m. on January 2nd. Is that correct? Oh, you can't see. I'm going to play from here, sir. Tell me what we see.
You see the male earlier to the video entering the vehicle going that we west from the location of the lot.
Let me try to do something, Judge. Just that thing in the way is really going to cause a lot of problems. Okay. I'm going to stop share and then move this. I'm going to try to share again. Is there any way to move that from the top part of the screen? On your screen, can I see it?
I'm told I can see it on this screen. Has Detective Taylor already?
Okay. Well, obviously, I want the court to be able to see what's happening. The court is going to have to make its own decision here.
Right.
Detective Taylor, can you see over that screen? Can you tell us what's happening?
Yes, I can see the screen. There's no box in the corner.
Yeah, you can move the camera drop the facing the board on the back of the screen to kind of fixate it to your screen if you want to move that top right corner.
Well, let me just, let's try to make it work here. What's happening behind that box? The judge can see, but if you can just describe for the court, what's happening behind that box?
There's a large dumpster that he makes his way to. It appears to be a large yellow box placed inside.
All right, let's continue on. As it relates to the individual that we see in Exhibit 100, can you make any determinations about their clothing?
Yes.
Specifically what?
The black jacket with a hood, black beanie, some kind of dark pants, dark shoes.
All right, I'm gonna just pause it there at 3 o'clock and 3 seconds p.m. Relative to the individual we saw in People's Exhibit 4, any similarities?
Exact same clothing essentially, but still down as well as the jacket, pants, shoes, and that.
All right, continue to the end here.
Could you repeat what your answer was, please?
Essentially, it's the same clothing that was observed in the earlier one.
Let me try to do it this way, Judge. Maybe it'll allow me to show the videos this way without having to keep resharing. Let's go to 101. Okay, share here. All right. This is at timestamp January 2nd, 2025, 11/17/27. What are we looking at here, sir?
That would be the Southside Parking Lot complex.
Still the same view?
Yep, that would be phrased as well as the 7-Eleven across the street.
All right, I want to direct your attention to just right of that 7-Eleven on the other side of that wall. What's over in that area?
That is the Eastgate Shopping Plaza. You have the furniture store and the Family Dollar immediately to the side of it, as well as the Kroger's.
All right, I'm going to go forward here a little bit.
You indicated 11/17/27 p.m.?
11/17/27 p.m. That's correct. On January 2nd. Sir. What do we see there in the center of that screen on the other side of the wall?
An individual.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks.
And at 11/17/55, we see that individual coming around that wall now?
Yes.
What's that individual doing at 11:18?
Looks like he's pushing a shopping cart.
I'm going to pause it now at 11:18:30. Are you able to tell anything about that particular male or that individual? Let me start that way.
An individual looks like it's wearing the exact same hat as the one seen with the yellow box, as well as getting to this Elkins vehicle, all the way down to the white little tag that's on the front of the winter hat, as well as the black jacket with the as well as dark pants.
Can you tell if it's a male or a female?
A stature and size, being male.
What about?
I would say it's a male.
What about anything with race? Can you tell any of that?
I would believe to be a medium complected black male.
Let's go to Exhibit 102, which begins at 11:46:38 p.m. Same view again?
Same view.
Now, I'll pause it here for a moment at 11:46:42. What do we see?
Appears to be the same individual from the previous videos with the black jacket, black hat, black pants. Appears the shoes been switched off from earlier in the day.
What is he doing now?
Carrying a some kind of bag, pink or purple.
I know he on the screen on the in the courtroom he's going behind an obstruction, but in the actual screen, what is he doing over there?
The same dumpster I mentioned in the previous video.
What is he doing at the dumpster?
Appears to be placing the bag into the dumpster in return.
All right, now, as we get closer here, can we see that individual a little bit better at 11:47:10?
Yes.
Can you confirm that it's a black male?
Yes.
Anything of note about his pants?
Same style pants, dark color with the rips in it. Black jacket with the hood, as well as the black winter hat with the tag up front.
And these shoes now, you said earlier he's wearing an all black shoe. What's he wearing now?
It appears to be wearing a black kind of like sneaker tennis shoe with a white bottom. What from earlier appeared to be all black sole as well as black shoes up.
Now exhibit 103. What are we looking at here, sir?
Downward angle of the sidewalk. That would be the northwest corner of that southernmost building of the apartment complex.
Where would that building be in this photograph?
It's the camera that's affixed to the bottom right corner of this. That would be essentially the where the building is. The walkway going that way would be northbound. The walkway going that way is eastbound. This would be westbound. Essentially, the building is on the back side here, which would be southbound if you look at a true north compass.
Okay, so you said that way and this way now. So let me try to make the record clear. The building itself would be the right side of this
Yes, where
screen?
the camera's affixed. Yes.
Because of the angle of the camera, you're saying the path that goes off to the left corner, top left corner, that's north?
Yes.
The path that goes straight up the middle of this screen, you said was east?
Yes.
And then west would be to the left.
Correct.
Where would the parking lot be relative to this?
Essentially, the far right side where the building is behind that. So essentially, where the walkway is leading to the bottom of this leads towards the parking lot.
Right below where the street is would be where the parking
Yep,
lot
that's
is.
where the walkway leads to.
This is going to start at 4:01:30 a.m. on January 3rd. All right, I'll pause it there at 4:01:33. Can you see anything from this angle that is of note?
Appears to be black jacket seen from previous videos. Looks like the hood's up at this time, and some kind of shiny possible bag in the right side of the individual.
What makes you say the hood is up?
You can see the fur that's fully exposed versus it being on the back side of it.
Go forward from here. We cut to 4:01:32 in this angle. Where is this angle?
So the light and the walkway on the left side, that would be the west side of the building or complex. The walkway that's leading forward with that large generator-looking box right there, that would be the north side of the apartment complex.
And where would the camera from the last shot be located?
Where the walkway is right there, you see how they form together at the very bottom. The camera would be essentially right in that general area to the right of there.
Why is this particular clip important?
It captures the shadow walking towards the parking lot itself.
All right, I'm going to go back. So let's zoom back to 4:01:30 when we start this clip. This intersection that is in the very center left of the screen at the bottom, you're saying that's the same intersection that's depicted?
The exact spot on the far left right there where they connect in almost a perfect right angle is you see
In the very next clip.
Yeah, the very next camera, yes.
Let's go forward from here. And we see the individual come into the screen, and then we're looking for a shadow in the next clip.
Correct.
And now we go back to 4:01:42. I paused it at 43, but we're back to that same view from before?
Yes, that's the parking lot appraisal.
We got now a different exhibit.
Still the same exhibit. It's all one.
That's the one.
I have three of them that are all rather than do individual. And now here we have at 4:01:46 a.m. What do we see here?
The individual seen from the earlier clips with the black jacket, dark pants, as well as the shoes with the white pumps.
Where is it?
Just underneath the officer will actually clean up right corner.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should. And then I'm going to go forward here. I know it's going to go behind that obstruction again. So if you can look at that other camera, what does this individual end up doing?
Go to that same dumpster seen in the previous clips.
Well, if you could watch again, I know that it's behind your obstruction there, but can you see? Let me back up.
Want the fastest working GLP-1?
Correction, he just makes his way towards where the dumpster is, but however, he is staying along the south side of that western building for the complex right there.
Now I'm going to go forward here. At 4:02.
Stop, sir. You're indicating that he's going toward the dumpster, but it is not. The video does not depict him actually going to the dumpster.
He doesn't actually go to the dumpster.
All right, now I've zoomed in on the camera 3 here at 4:02:56. What are we looking at here?
That would be the north of the initial complex into the colonial apartments. The tree line of bushes right there is the divider between the two.
Let's go forward here. What are we seeing here, sir?
You're seeing a silhouette of an individual walking along the bush or tree line.
I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Where is this at?
That would be north of the complex itself. The buildings directly to the left are the western side of that complex.
And where should we focus our attention to see this figure?
Essentially, the tree, that's a large tree with 3 or 4 branches kind of starting from below, directly in the center of the video. There's a bush/tree line along right there. You'll see a silhouette walking along those bushes and trees.
All right, I'm going to play again from 4:03:01 a.m.
You can see the silhouette passing through the openings of the tree line right there.
And now at 4:12:55, where is this camera angle?
That camera is affixed to that garage.
GG.
It's facing east towards Pinehurst.
So that little garage, it would be facing,
It'd be on the bottom of this screen itself right here.
understood, thank you,
The Colonial Apartments are directly to the right.
thank you.
BG, you missed the beginning. So today in court, this proud Dusty decided he wanted to show himself. So he acted up. He did one of those like Daryl Brooks sewer rat kind of thing. Oh, he didn't want to come in. He didn't want to change his clothes for court. Oh, it's just a piece of crap. So now he's in the background watching on the video. Idiot. After what he showed himself, BG, now I know why she dumped the Dusty. She couldn't deal with that. She was like, oh, heck no. I got to get rid of this man. All right, let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen.
What do we see now coming to the screen?
The same individual as mentioned in the previous clips with the black jacket and the hood, as well as the black hat with the white tag, black pants with the tears, as well as the black shoes with white bottoms.
And now at 4:13:08, where's this camera angle, sir?
That camera is on the same shed that's located in the Colonial Apartments. It is facing directly north of the parking lot itself of the Colonial Apartments. To the left, right there is the Eastgate shopping complex. To the right is the Pinehurst Apartments.
So these two cameras, if I understand correctly, from your testimony before, they were right next to each other. One was facing, one we saw just previously was facing east, and this one's not facing north.
Yes.
What is this individual doing in Exhibit 103 at timestamp 4:13:08 a.m.?
He is looking into a garbage can or a large dumpster.
Back on the eastbound angle, camera 2 for that at 4:13 change. And now back to this camera at 4:11. What do we see?
That would be looking through the initial complex again. Side buildings on the left side, that's one complex. That's the west side buildings. The ones on the right side are the east side. And to the north right there, be right underneath the window of the Officer Ashley thing. That's where the tree line is from the Colonial Apartments. It's kind of like a partition to separate the two.
Let me ask you, sir, the times for the Colonial Apartments and the Hampton Apartments, did they match up? The timestamps on the videos when you downloaded them, did they match up with the clocks the same?
I believe so, yes.
So the last one showed 4:13. This one shows 4:11. You're saying this would have happened before that one?
I don't have an answer. I don't know. I believe they were the same time. I don't know exactly if they're the same time. I believe they were.
Let's go forward. At 4:11, let's watch what we see here. What are we seeing at 4:11:24 on this timestamp?
The individual from the previous clips wearing the same jacket, pants, as well as hat. Just walking southbound, turn around and look back northbound and around the building towards Pinehurst.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
Right now, 4:12:14 on this timestamp. What do we see?
That same individual reappeared. He's in the upper right corner, right there, coming around the corner of that building.
Four 13:01. What is that individual doing?
Making his way towards the initial complex at on the bottom left or bottom of the screen. So
And now we switch camera angles. We're seeing 412, 50. Now let's go to People's 104. At 4:35:30, well, let's make it to 32. What do we see? 33. What do we see here? AM.
The individual seen in the previous clips, same black jacket with the furry hood, black hat. Those are black pants and the black shoes with white bottoms and the shopping cart. Looks very similar from one seen earlier. He would be walking northbound from the complex now.
And as we switch to the second angle at 4:35:35, this is the northbound?
Correct. That's continuing to the where the Colonial Apartments are located, which is just past that. The entry line is up in the Colonial Apartments.
Right now, zooming in on that at 4:36:05, just to get a better view of it. Colonial Apartments to the right, you said?
No, Colonial Apartments are directly in front, right there where that tree line is. Also, the tall bushes. He's going right, which would be east towards Pinehurst right now.
Now at 4:36:34, we see what?
The same individual with the shopping cart, clothing, walking back. Now he appears to be going westbound, which is towards the Eastgate Plaza Center.
Can you get out to Eastgate from that location?
No, it's a tall wall and fence as well as bushes and trees. You have to actually climb over the wall itself. I've walked it myself several times.
So at 4:38:04, what do we see?
The individual reappear. I'm walking eastbound now, back towards Pinehurst itself.
Right now, 4:48 on this clock. From what do we see here?
You have the Colonial Apartments, which is the far right side of the screen with the sidewalk, where the cameras are fixated. Just below the bottom of the screen would be the garage itself. To the left side of the screen, that would be the north area. The apartment complex is right there at Pinehurst. That car is passing right there would be southbound Pinehurst itself. You see that same individual observed on the previous screen, the shopping cart, pushing that says shopping cart westbound on the sidewalk. Now he's entering the parking lot. And now he's making his way northbound to that parking lot.
Now 4:49:26 on this clock. What are we looking at?
That would be the north-facing cameras from the Colonial Apartments that are on top of the garage. That is the dumpster from the previous clips. That's the same individual with the same clothing and shopping cart, making his way towards the north side of the parking lot. To the top left is the Eastgate Shopping Plaza. To the right would be the Pinehurst Apartments.
I'm going to pause here for just a second at 4:50:01 a.m. What's the individual doing now?
He turned around and started to walk southbound to the parking lot.
Are you familiar with that parking lot?
Very familiar.
Is there an exit to that parking lot in that area?
Not to go northbound. Directly behind the shed right here, there's a small walk fence, essentially a gate to get through. But that fence that he went to initially, that's a it's all privacy fence, or not privacy fence, chain link fence. You can actually climb. There's no holdings in that area.
Off screen to the right at 4:50. We zoomed in at 4:50:20 a.m. What are we seeing now?
There's a silhouette in the bottom right. There's a white vehicle on the same shopping cart individual wearing a black jacket that just passed. There's that same fence that mentioned in the previous clip that's right here in the top part of it. That's the same style fence along that walkway to the back of the Pinehurst Apartments right there.
All right, now zoomed in again at I don't have the actual time anymore. The timestamp has been cut off for the Zoom, but it's at 4:22, 4 minutes and 22 seconds of Exhibit 104. Is there anything else of note that you testified to already depicted in this photograph or this video?
Yes, in the overview photographs of the apartment complex, the buildings to the right of the Pinehurst Apartments, directly in the center, there's a large fixed object that is a garage. to the far left of the photograph, between two trees, there is a dumpster.
Is there a way to differentiate that dumpster as we sit here and look at it?
Yes, there is a white object at the very bottom of the bottom right corner of the dumpster itself, and there's a illuminated light directly above where the dumpster is. There's some power lines right there.
The area then to the very far left where the cursor is?
That would be correct.
Let's go forward here. We can still see that individual walking to the right here?
Yes, you see the silhouette past the window that with light in it.
As we get to 450, I'm sorry, 503, do we see that individual again?
Yes, when you had that cursor at general areas, this silhouette passing through appears to stop right next to the dumpster. The white object I mentioned that was in the bottom right just moves to the right side of the dumpster in this video.
I'm going to back it up just a little bit here so we can see that. At 512 of this video, is that what you're talking about there?
That would be correct.
Okay. Can you make out anything else that's happening there?
It appears he's playing around in the dumpster area with shopping cart itself and everything. Approximately right there, you see whatever large items in that shopping cart. It appears kind of, to what I saw once he drops it.
And that was at 541. I'm going to rewind that again. 541 of our time. It's 538 here. Right there is what you're saying?
Yes.
What are you seeing there? It's not.
And Judge, we can
see.
obviously we can. I'll have an exhibit for the court to view on its own computer.
Thank you.
But I paused it at 539. What is it that we should be looking at?
May I
in the next 2
approach
seconds?
him, put directly into it? So directly in this area, that's that white object I mentioned. The individual standing right here, about right in this area, you'll see the individual kind of fumbles whatever was in his hands at the time, appears to be dropping something prior to moving back towards the dumpster itself.
Why don't you stay there for a second? I'm going to hit play. It's about 2 seconds here. Actually,
You see,
I'm going to go back a little more. Get a little more clear.
you see right here is that said object appears to have dropped. The individual gets back behind it and begins placing it into the dumpster.
Where's the dumpster in relation to that object?
See this little light colored object right
Yes.
here? The dumpster is essentially right here.
And obviously, Judge, as I indicated, we'll have an exhibit for the court to view closer with better detail.
I tell you, people that work for sanitation, you really just don't know what you actually throwing out. You really just don't know. So sad. All right, let's resume.
You can retake your seat, Detective. How long does the individual stay at that dumpster?
I believe it was around 5 or so minutes, give or take. I don't know the exact time frame he was directly there.
From my angle, I'm not sure what you can see on the screen, obviously.
You can still see the silhouette near the dumpster itself.
And that's at 7:06 of this video.
Yep, you can see the moving kind of on the left side of it.
7:06. Yeah, it's because we don't have the timestamp anymore, Judge. I'm doing it off of the exhibit's runtime. Once we lost the timestamp with the zooming.
You've lost me, but I thought.
I'm sorry.
The last time you talked to me, you mentioned time was 5:31.
Yes, that was 3 times ago. When we zoomed in, since we lost the timestamp, I indicated I was switching over, and all of my calls would now be the runtime of the exhibit. Does that make sense?
Meaning that it's been running for 7 minutes and 6 seconds.
Correct.
6 seconds.
Correct. So this time here, in the bottom left corner of the actual exhibit
Okay.
play time.
So that's not the actual time that this might take place, just the running time.
That's right. Now, Detective, while this continues to play, let me just ask you, the video that you're seeing on this screen, is it the same quality that you were able to see initially?
So the actual garage itself, it had an actual monitor and hard drive. It was not perfectly clear, but it was clearer than this Zoom did. It was still slightly faded like this is, but it was slightly clearer than what is on this right now.
Have you had an opportunity to view it since on just a regular computer?
During the initial investigation, yes. Not since it was downloaded and secured.
How does it view on a regular computer relative to what you're seeing on the screen?
Slightly clearer.
Can you still see that individual at 9:04 runtime?
It's a bit of a clear from I saw some silhouette movement slightly, but not right now.
And
there it is. That's right where the dumpster was. You see the individual to the right side where that white object was. I pointed out initially. I just have to clear from the lamp on top.
I understand.
He's now he's to the right side again.
Could you point out where the people are?
Yes, sir.
I'll back it up. A few seconds here.
So again, silhouette's roughly right here. This is the dumpster itself. You'll see the kind of silhouette again, kind of move from that lip area and back over again. So what comes back up again as well, in the same little lip area. And now it's making this way, the silhouette's making this way, get alive again. And you see silhouette reappear again. Behind the tree right here. And it's way back this way.
And that's at 10:45?
That would be
10:45 of our playtime you started?
Yes. It appears again to the dumpster itself. That'd be 10:57. The silhouette begins to make its way again back towards the side of the tree. You can't see it go back and forth. Back to the dumpster again.
At 11:18 back to the dumpster.
So 11:18 later. So it moves again at 11:33, continues towards the garage at 11:37.
Now I see why the proud Dusty didn't want to come to court today. He didn't want to come to court. And now I see why. And I definitely see why she dumped you. You one of those annoying Dusties. Resume.
I'd like to direct your attention to the right side of the screen, right of that garage.
Did you know?
We're able to give our patients their permanent
Forward from 12 minutes. Do you see the white car there
Yes.
on the right side? Do you see an individual there?
Yes. There's a light on the right side where you see walk underneath it. It was like a tree and there's a telephone pole right there. You still see the cell moving at the bottom right. Just above that SUV right there. Two buildings.
All right, and that's at 12:50. Let's watch that same location. The same location at 1325, what do we see?
The same silhouette, no past the post underneath that light. This would be northbound, so let's say, it's considered northbound. You see the silhouette pop in between the light areas.
Do you see that large tree that's under the screen?
Yes.
I'd like to direct your attention to the right of that and to the left of that. That light area, do you see that?
Yes.
Please tell me what you see there.
See the silhouette cross on the right side, now crossing out through the left side.
So that was at 1353 and 1359.
Correct.
What is north of that?
You have Marquette Street as well as Glendale Street, and that'd be a neighborhood. You have the north end of Eastgate Plaza, and then the Motor City Pawn Shop is right there as well as off Glendale.
Motor City Pawn is up there?
Yes.
As well? Let me show you. It's exhibit 105. All right, exhibit 105, what is this, sir?
That is the same individual observed from the previous videos. Same black coat, the hood, the fur, the black hat with a white tag in the front, as well as the dark pants with the tears, and as well as the black shoes with the white bottoms. This one's more clear, shows that it has colored laces. Yeah, already.
Right. 106.
Same individual with the shopping cart observed earlier in the previous clips. Black coat, the hood and the fur. Hard to make out the head in this photo, as well as the black shoes with the white bottoms, as well as the black pants.
And then we'll go to 107.
Same individual, seen in the previous videos, the hood up with the black hat, white tag, black dark jacket, black jacket, the black pants and the tears, as well as the black shoes with the white bottoms.
Now, you indicated that in addition to the videos that you were able to get from the complexes themselves, you were able to get ring cameras as well.
Yeah, there was a tenant in the west side buildings of the apartment complex. They had a ring camera fixed to the front post of their cover porch area.
Shout out to the ring cams. Shout out. Because you know what? Back in I guess the 60s, 70s, 80s and stuff, I mean, these serial killers was just having a field day. They was having a good old time because they wasn't able to get caught. There was no cameras. But now we have cameras all over the place. Everybody has cameras. And the thing about it, cameras is not even that expensive. So you don't have to worry about it. And you can have a camera and you can be at work and it's attached to the Wi-Fi and you can see everything that's happening in your home while you at work. Yes, you can. Okay, let's resume. Shout out to the cameras and to the ring cam. Because these serial killers, not saying he was a serial killer, I'm just saying about, these killers and serial killers and stuff, they're not able to do the things that they can because the cameras. But I know that some of them still doing it. And it's like, what the heck? You didn't think you wasn't going to get caught? That's why I think they just a lunatic. Whatever, just a lunatic. Let's resume. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for engaging. Resume.
Let me share the video now again. This will be 108. This will be 108. All right, 108. Is it 108? Can you see the timestamp in the bottom corner here?
Yes.
What is it?
It states January 3rd of 2025. It says it's 01:54 Eastern Standard Time.
Go forward here on 108. What do we see?
That same individual in the previous clips, the dark black jacket and the black hat, as well as black pants and the black shoes with white bottoms, holding here's a trash bag.
And then again, we'll go to People's 109. Can you see the timestamp on that one?
Yes, it is January 3rd of 2025. It states 0:44 Eastern Standard Time.
I'm sorry, what time?
Eastern Standard Time.
What time?
Oh, I'm sorry. 0:44. 4:44.
04:44:27.
Correct.
What do we see before this video begins?
The individual observed in the previous video with a shopping cart, dark black jacket, black pants, and the black shoes with black bottoms.
After you completed your search of these video systems, what did you do next, sir, as well as this investigation?
When I was getting the video from the colonial apartments in that shed, after watching the individual in that dumpster for quite some time, another detective went there and found suspected blood. I went over.
I'm just sharing some thoughts. Sometimes I might pause this and share some thoughts as I'm watching this. And this woman had 2 sons, if I'm correct. She had 2 sons. And this lowlife, 2 kids, this lowlife will unalive her. He probably was jealous of those boys. He probably was jealous of those boys because they had a loving mother that was nurturing, that was there for them and wanted the best for them, and she was making sure she provided for them and everything. He probably was jealous, really jealous, envious of the whole thing. Because when he was growing up, nobody cared about him. Yeah. I really hope they give him a psych evaluation. I would like to hear it. And also want to know more about his life. I'm going to see if I can search online to find out. Because I'm curious, who's his mother and father, siblings, or past women, or whatever, and stuff like that. Because I know there's a story behind it. And I bet you he was really jealous. Ladies, you have to be careful who these men that you bring around your home and your children. Because this man put up a mask. Because when I listen to the, interviews with the mother, and I know she's hurting. Prayers to you. Listen to your mother, she thought he was like a good guy. Really cared about her daughter. He was supportive to the family. He came around. I think she went through a situation. Something happened. Don't quote me on it. Y'all look it up. And he was so comforting and supportive. And it was all a joke. Yep. This one was in a relationship with a psychopath. He had everybody fooled. But then she woke up and she seen something. Something that was like, it's not right. Something not about him is not normal. And after hearing that first clip before that played and the way he carried himself, oh yeah, I can see why she dumped him. Women don't have time for that kind of crap in a man. A man's supposed to be a man and act like a man. All right, let's resume.
As well. I looked at it from there. It was the MSP forensics team, I think it's what it is. They proceeded and they assisted with processing the apartment as well as the dumpster itself. From there, I went back to the apartment complex. I did a walkthrough with the canine, or let me step back for a second. After I got that ring camera footage, I walked around. That's how I was able to find the Colonial Village cameras. Once I downloaded everything from there, I went back. I walked a route from the main complex all the way to where the dumpster was with the MSP canine for an article search.
Let me ask you this. You said earlier that after you found that video, you directed another detective to that dumpster?
It was Detective Chris Murray.
Detective Murray testified earlier today?
Correct.
And you sent him to that dumpster?
Yes, so I continued to download and review the video.
And did you actually see the contents of that dumpster as well that he saw?
I looked at it as well.
What did you see?
I saw what appeared to be blood on the bottom of it. The dumpster appeared to be fairly empty. There was blood at the bottom.
Did you ultimately take the Michigan State Police canine there, you said?
We walked through the entire complex from the southernmost to the Colonial to the Pinehurst where the dumpster was located at. He also checked in the Eastgate Plaza as well, just to see if they could find anything.
Did you have any part of helping the Michigan State Police technical unit secure and swab that blood evidence in that dumpster?
Yes, they actually had me walk them the route that was observed on all the camera footage. They went there and they secured the dumpster, processed it, and then no officers supplied the dumpster was collected.
You were there while they did that?
Yes.
At some point, did you have a lead as to where the defendant was?
When I returned back to the station after the MSP lab or forensic team was done processing the apartment, my detective lieutenant, Andrew Beamer, advised that the acknowledged individual was a possible girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's house up in Flint. We were going there to execute a search warrant.
Were you a participant in that?
Yes.
When you got to that location, did you ultimately find the defendant?
Yes.
All right, do this. Share this screen with you, sir. You know, it's a little unorthodox that the defendant is not here today, but do you recognize the individual in People's Exhibit 95?
Yes, that would be DeAndre Booker. He's wearing a black shirt as well as blue black pants and has a black goatee mustache.
He is so unattractive. He probably ain't never had a pretty girl in his life. This was the first prettiest girl he ever had in his life, and he didn't know what to do. He lost his mind when she realized who the heck you were, and she ghosted you. She was done. She said, I'm not going to deal with this. Let's resume.
When you made that scene, who initially did you speak with?
I believe the name was Brandy. It was a girlfriend or ex-girlfriend.
Did she give you information as to how long the defendant had been there or what he'd been doing while he was there?
Objection, Your Honor. That would be hearsay.
I mean, that's what the information was. I asked if we got information about it.
I didn't directly interview her in regards to that matter, so I do not have the exact timeline of them being there.
I understand. You began doing the search?
I assist with the search, that's correct.
Let me show you what's been People's Exhibit 110. What are we looking at here, sir?
That would be, if you're facing the front of the bed, towards the headboard, that would be the left side of the bed, located in Brandy's room.
111?
That would be the coat, pretty the same coat seen in the footage that we found.
112?
A closer picture of the coat.
Now 113, what are we looking at here?
That was a faded area, kind of resembled blood, dry blood on the coat itself.
Where are we talking?
Just top of the pocket itself.
Just above the zipper, just right of center?
Yes.
And then in 114?
That's a closer view of the previous image. It'd be almost like three little blotches right there.
And now in 115, what do we have here, sir?
Those were the pants that were very similar to the one seen in the video that we observed.
116?
That would be the winter hat that was observed with the white tag in the front of it.
117?
Closer view of the hat.
118 now. Oops, I'm sorry. 118, what are we looking at here, sir?
That would be the black shoes with the white bottoms with the colored laces.
All these were found in Flint?
Correct.
I'm sorry, where were they found?
In the residence, Brandy's the girlfriend, ex-girlfriend's house in Flint.
Could you back up where?
Yes, which?
Regarding the Flint location?
I'm sorry, I can bring that again.
Okay, thank you.
Once you finish your search at the Colonial Apartments and you helped Michigan State Police with their teching and all that, did you receive any instructions from your lieutenant?
Yes, he stated that we were going to get information that Mr. Booker was in a house in Flint at his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's house. Her name was Brandy.
What did you do at that point?
We were briefed on everything. We met with local jurisdictions up there. I forgot everybody that was involved. I think Warren's special ops team was with us as well. We briefed again, and then we went to Brandy's house after an announce. She was compliant, and we made entries, searched it, found Mr. Booker, and that's where we found the clothing as well.
And the defendant was there on
Yes.
that day?
Yes.
And that's where photograph 95, People's 95,
Yes.
was taken of him that day.
That was one of the bedrooms of that location.
And all of these items from People's 110, I think it is. Yeah, 110 through 118 so far, those are all located at that home in Flint?
Yes. I even asked Brandy directly where was Mr. Booker's clothing and items, and she pointed out the shoes as well as the clothing that were shown on the side of the bed.
Thank you. 119, what do we have here, sir?
That would be a pistol sales record with DeAndre Booker's name on it. That was found on the nightstand next to where the clothing was located at. We also recovered a pistol inside his apartment complex earlier that day. That was a Taurus as well.
Does this pistol sales record match the pistol that was found? Do you know?
I don't know specifically.
What is the caliber of this particular gun?
9mm.
Have you one around?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. No further questions from this witness at this time.
Can you back up for just a second? You went through exhibits 110 through 119, I did 115.
Yes, Judge. What is 115, sir?
That would be the dark colored pants that were on the left side of the bed that closely resemble what we observed in the video observed earlier.
When you say closely observed, why?
They're black with the others with fades as well.
Anything else, sir? Thank you.
Mr. Lane?
I'm trying to go with kind of the order that you testified with regarding these cameras that were, let's just start with the cameras, I guess, on the building where Mr. Booker lived. There were 2 cameras facing south to the parking lot.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And one kind of gave a view of the parking lot south and to the west, and one south.
Look at his lawyer. He's getting annoyed. He's like, this client of mine's. I really do have some, sympathy for these defense lawyers because, their job is to defend their client. And if the client, they know it's clear as day because he had to see some of this evidence beforehand before prosecution threw it out there. And then you got this client, clear as day, you killed her. But he has to defend him to prove that he's innocent. And you have to grasp with straws to do it for this low life. So, can't get mad at defense. Everybody's entitled for representation, regardless. Because you are innocent until proven guilty. Correct? Let's get back to it.
South and to the east, correct?
Yes.
And both of those cameras were in working order.
Yes.
Okay. And the building that we're talking about, at least the back of that building, is facing east, facing south toward Roseville, correct?
Yes.
And that's 2 cameras we're talking about. The parking lot is south of that building.
Yes.
Before Roseville. And then there were also 2 cameras attached to that particular building facing both north and facing east, correct?
One was north, was kind of facing directly down, not directly east. It was kind of facing down.
The one camera that we saw was facing basically straight down, and you could see the other camera, correct? That was facing.
Yes.
Okay. And is that because the cameras were kind of at a distance from each other? One was lower to the ground, one was almost to the roof.
I don't remember because that was Elisa's story up. I didn't get on top of the building itself to see where their positions at.
And so the one that was facing downward actually shows more the sidewalk going east. When we looked at the pictures from the camera facing downward on Mr. Booker's building. Following it?
Yeah.
Between everybody in the house, we probably.
When you look at the picture, the top of the picture would be what was facing east toward the street of Pinehurst, correct?
Yes.
Rob, let me put up 104 for you. So then it's, I'll put up into the 104.
So that's the view that I'm talking about.
So that's facing kind of directly down on the sidewalk. That's on the left of the screen, the top left, that's going north. The sidewalk with the stain right there, that's towards the top of the screen. That would be
The
technically
picture
east.
is sidewalk leading east.
Yes,
to
that's correct.
Pinehurst.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
That is correct.
Okay. And obviously this camera at the bottom right of the corner is the camera that faces north.
Yes.
Okay. Now, these cameras are attached basically to the far west side of the apartment building where Mr. Booker lives, correct?
Maybe the northwest, yes. The northwest of his building.
Yeah, I mean, these cameras facing north, the ones the parking lot on the south side of the building.
Yes.
But they were all at the extreme west of that.
Right.
And there's no camera view from these particular cameras to show the actual entrance to Mr. Booker's apartment, correct?
Not these cameras, no.
Would the ring camera that you also got footage from show the entrance to Mr. Booker's apartment?
I don't remember if it was caught inside the actual ring limits itself. I don't remember. I'd have to see it posted up. I can direct you if it does or not.
Would it be correct that the ring camera was kind of motion activated?
Yes, it's motion activated. Correct.
So it only would go on if there was some motion closer to the ring camera, correct?
Essentially, yes. I don't remember the specifics of what her parameters of her motion sensor was.
I'll get back to
Do you hear it? How defense is grasping for straws? Good luck. Good luck with it. All right, let's resume. And your client showed his rear end before court. That doesn't help. I know the lawyer's sitting there frustrated because he's trying to do what he can for this client. And the way he's acting, he probably going home with his wife having pillow talk and saying, I hope they lock his butt up, throw away the key. I don't care about this Dusty. Who cares about him? What he did to this woman. I can see why she dumped him. Yeah, when he have his pillow talk when he go home with his wife. Yes, he is saying that. Let's resume.
Now, with all of these views that we've talked about, when we go to, can we put, number 100?
I can't. Make it as possible.
We could run it till we see people.
I don't know who's asking for the angle or not. Pause it at 2:59:18. Is that what it's?
That's so. This camera catches somebody that is going to the south parking lot of the Hampton Court Apartment Complex, and there's a dumpster to the, I guess, top right hand of the screen that we have trouble actually seeing the dumpster on this particular view, but in our own videos we see it. That's correct. Yeah, and that is a dumpster generally specifically for the 4 or 5 buildings that make up the Hampton apartment complex, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And obviously, this person is throwing some kind of a box into that dumpster in this video, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we don't know what's in the box, if anything, correct?
No.
Okay. Now, this individual has on, a hat was dark in color. Can we tell whether that jacket is blue or black from these videos?
No, just dark color with some kind of fur on it.
And it looks as though, can you run it forward, please? Arnon? Yes. As the maybe when it comes back. Stop it somewhere. Now, would I be correct in stating that in this photograph, this individual had, it looks like black boots on,
Yes.
not tennis shoes, correct?
I mentioned earlier some kind of black shoe.
Okay. You can't tell from this whether it's boots, leather, or tennis shoes.
They're some kind of high top, but they're definitely black. Can't tell if they're leather or regular shoes.
Okay. And the pants look like blue jeans, correct?
That's safe to say.
I'm sorry.
From the view of this, I would say they're probably blue jeans, yeah.
Yeah, they're not black jeans, they're blue jeans, correct?
From this view, yes.
And there's no tears in the pants that we can see in this video.
Not in this video, no.
And obviously, the act of throwing something out into a dumpster is not in and of itself illegal, correct?
No.
Not in and of itself anything that would be considered criminal in nature, correct?
No.
And I take it in another one of these videos, might have been number 102, I believe, 101. Same individual or similar looking individual is again throwing bags of garbage into that dumpster, correct?
Yes.
And at one point it looks, this might be 101. I don't know if you want to.
No, 101, I need 101.
They have to give you extra tape.
Yes. I'll play it.
guess we just looked at maybe 114642, is that?
11, that's in 102.
Oh,
That's not
okay.
102. You want 102?
102, that's.
Yep. I can do that.
Just want to keep track of the time, yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on, sorry. You want 146.42?
I believe that was the. Okay, yeah. Stop there. That again, this person is now wearing tennis shoes and the black pants, correct?
Yeah, sorry, I keep bobbing my head. One of the lights there's a big glare right exactly where you keep pointing out, so I keep bobbing my head up and down. But yeah, there's the shoes and the pants, yes.
If we play a little further, I was looking at this, and it looks like he actually has two bags in the same hand, correct? A black one and a pink one.
I'm not sure if there's a black one, pink one, or there's a shadow of the pink one.
Okay, I mean, you can't tell if that's two bags or one.
I need to rewind it if I can see it again.
I thought the same thing until I saw it moving as a shadow, but that doesn't look like a shadow.
I can't make that connection. I don't know if that's two separate bags or not.
Okay. And possibly, I believe, exhibit 103, where you're talking about seeing an individual going to the dumpster just to the north of the Colonial, the Hampton complex would be the Colonial complex, correct?
Yeah, that's the middle.
And there's a shed there that has the other cameras you were talking about, one that goes to the east, one that goes to the north, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a dumpster right by that shed.
Yes.
And this individual puts some garbage into that shed, correct?
Not the shed.
No, I'm sorry, to the dumpster right next to that shed in the Colonial
Yes.
apartments. And when he does that, you can tell when he puts those bags into that dumpster that it's pretty full, correct? He puts the bags right on the top of the dumpster.
Yes.
Okay. And obviously throughout these videos, he goes back to that dumpster at first with the shopping cart and whatever items are in that shopping cart, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to tell from any of these videos what exactly was in that shopping cart?
No, there's something large.
I'm sorry?
It just looks like it was stuff to the top.
Okay, and there looked like there were multiple items in there, correct?
Just like it's just a full top. I don't know if it was multiple or larger. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Just look like it was filled to the top of it.
There's no telling from that video what those items were, correct?
No.
But this individual event goes right back to that dumpster that he had previously just brought out a handheld bag and put it on the top of the dumpster, right?
Yeah.
And then later comes back with a shopping cart full of more things to throw away and goes to that dumpster at first, correct, with the shopping cart?
He kind of goes past it to the back of the lot and realizes there's a fence there.
Would it be safe to assume that this person, when he goes past that dumpster, looking to maybe go to another dumpster, knows that, he can't put it in the dumpster by the shed there at Colonial because it's full?
That would be reasonable, yes.
Okay. And then when that shopping cart is pushed out toward north of the shed, there's no exit from the Colonial parking lot there into the shopping center or to get into the, I think it's Huntington Manor, I call them the row house.
Yeah, no, you're talking about. No, there, to my knowledge, there's one farther up. It's just like a walk away, like a gate, like a backyard that you can get to the road, but not in that general area. No.
Yeah, okay. And that's why the cart comes back and then goes eventually to the Huntington Manor dumpster, correct?
Yes.
When we look at let's say, I guess number 104. I don't know if you want to
Yeah, I get it. You got a time you want to go to, or?
say 4:30, 5:30.
4:35, yeah, just, okay. So you want like 33? 30 wasn't even on the screen yet.
Oh, I'm just, I didn't know I wrote down 4:30, 5:30.
That's when it just enters the screen. I mean, I can go to that if you want. Or is this going to show what your question is?
I think so.
Okay. I'm just trying to help out. I don't know.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you want to click from here? I thought you had.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at 104. I think that's still 104.
This is 104. It's 104.
Okay. Can that play?
Yes, I didn't know if someone had a question or I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry.
You can stop it. That's the shopping cart that's full, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And would I be correct that this shopping cart looks pretty easy for him to push around?
It's hard to tell from this angle.
Didn't look like he was having any trouble pushing it and turning it.
Now when he turned it, I know from personal experience that my cart is heavier than normal. My back is tending to be pushed forward more. I'm more of an angle because I'm pushing it harder. But I can't, it's hard to, around the corner, it's hard to tell unless I see it fully played again.
Sure.
Like there he looks like he's in a normal posture. He's turned around the corner.
Yeah, so normal posture, pretty easy pushing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I take it when somebody usually has, a shopping cart in, say, a store, grocery store, and it's full, it might get heavy.
That's reasonable to say, yes.
Yeah. But I would assume that it wouldn't be, a couple 100 pounds worth of heavy, correct?
Judge, I'll check. That's speculation as to what people are buying in general.
I would thought it was. When Mr. DeFranco was playing these, snippets of videos from different cameras, it looked like there were some time differences, some time gaps. So for instance, went from 4:02:56 to 4:12:55 with a different camera. And I think Mr. DeFranco had asked you if you had tested these cameras to see if they were, keeping accurate time. You said you didn't think you did.
I don't know if I did. I'm not the one that reviewed all the footage. I reviewed the initial footage that caught the individual coming and going, as well as going to the dumpster. I watched the entirety of the footage.
Okay. And this is still with the camera going on.
That is correct, yes. Walkway that leads to the center to the right of the screen is northbound.
Now, you said when a person goes to the dumpster to the far north, the one, the Huntington Manor dumpster, you said that it looks, from what you could see, and obviously there's not a very good view of what he's doing at that dumpster, correct?
Correct. It's very pixelated when you're zoomed in like that.
You said it looks like something that was in the dumpster gets dropped. You said it was dropped, looks like it dropped to the ground.
Looks like something is dropped to the ground, yes.
Okay. Do you know if it was dropped to the ground or if you just laid it on the ground?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay, you can't really tell the difference.
No, it just appeared on the video that something was dropped.
Okay. That dumpster in particular, where you said the blood was on, there were like sliding doors to that dumpster, correct?
Yes, it was kind of your standard dumpster with the open tops and sliding sides.
I'm sorry?
It was your standard dumpster that had like two open tops and one sliding door on each side.
Okay. All right. And you don't know if whatever was put in that dumpster was put into one of the sliding doors or through the top. You can't see that on the video.
No, you can't tell.
Okay. Obviously, the dumpster by the shed at Colonial person in the video put the bag right from opening the top, correct?
Correct.
Do you know if that particular dumpster had doors on it?
We had sliding doors.
Video call. Video calendar.
Luke, what's going on?
The dumpster at Huntington that, has been introduced already, photographs and exhibits, is that a larger dumpster than the dumpster by the shed at Colonial and the dumpster at the Hampton?
I would say they're fairly similar size.
Would I be correct in stating that the dumpster where this individual saw him carry out a box and throw some other bags into the dumpster in the parking lot of the Hampton Court Apartments, correct?
Yes.
And this was in the both afternoon of January 2nd and later at night or the early morning hours of January 3rd, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And would I be correct in stating that that particular dumpster was searched by officers on the night of January 3rd?
I don't know. I was not there for that response. I wasn't part of this investigation that Monday morning.
Okay. You weren't a part of it until January 6th or 7th?
Correct. That Monday. It was the Monday after the, which was initially reported missing.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wasn't the on-call detective.
Okay. So when you said that you were involved later on, I take it that you searched or you told Detective Moran to go search this dumpster in the Huntington Manor Apartments, correct?
Yes.
And based on watching these videos?
Yes. Detective Moran location he was watching.
All right, and then you said you also went and looked at it and saw blood in the dumpster?
Yes.
And that was sometime in the afternoon of January 7th?
I believe it was the day, I believe it was that Tuesday.
I have to pull out a
Yeah,
calendar.
but I would say it's most likely the 7th.
Okay. And that was during daylight hours, correct?
I believe it was afternoon to the evening, but it was still daylight.
Okay. And then you said after that, after you viewed that, what was in that dumpster, you said you also took part in, or at least did a walkthrough of Mr. Booker's apartment?
I went and stood by while MSP's forensic team finished their process. It was me and two other detectives stood by while they finished.
Okay, and that was on January 7th?
Yes.
Okay. And was that pursuant to a search warrant that people were in his apartment on January 7th?
Yes.
Okay. Then after that, you said you went to Flint and actually took part in the arrest of Mr. Booker?
He was not arrested that day.
Okay. But you went to this address in Flint, I think it was on Rainbow Lane, is that correct?
That sounds familiar, yes.
Okay, and Mr. Booker was present?
That is correct.
Now, when you went there, were you entering Rainbow Lane pursuant to a search warrant?
Yes.
Okay.
We executed an additional search warrant. Yes.
So you had a warrant to search that residence in Flint for both Mr. Booker and any evidence that might be associated with your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's where the photograph of Mr. Booker was taken?
Yes.
Where you identified him and photographs of the jacket, the pants, and the shoes?
Correct.
Okay. And is that basically the extent of your involvement in this particular case?
I assisted with that, and then I was given some additional tasks to follow up with the transfer site in Roseville to get some additional camera footage of the dumpster or the garbage truck that picked up the trash from there, and brought it to the transfer site of Grossbeck. I was given a couple of ticket receipts so they can follow up further with the dump site
All right,
plannings.
I guess that leads me to that. I take it that you or somebody in your department called the company that owns this particular dumpster that we're looking at to find out where it would be taken to get rid of the trash inside?
Yes, it was not me. It was they confirmed who picked it up and where it was transferred to, and they told me to go to that location and get a video.
To be clear, Your Honor, this is exhibit 75, people 75.
Thank you. Okay. So did you know, and I'm just asking about your own knowledge or found out from any other officer, what the schedule was for that dumpster being taken to a landfill to empty?
It was picked up from the apartments to a transfer site, which is in Roseville. There it is, a bunch bunch of trash is dumped from municipalities in the area. They pack it into semi trucks and they take it to the Lennox dump.
Okay. So it first gets emptied somewhere in Roseville.
Yeah, there's a transfer site. I believe it's at Common in Grossman. No, I'm sorry. It's just north of Martin, just south of 12 Mile on the west side of the old Dunkin' Donuts. They have a transfer site. It's a big old warehouse where they dump all the trash. They push it into a big opening and then they pack it into these semi trailers. And then they transfer it up to the dump in Lennox where they disperse it.
Okay. And did you find out whether or not this particular dumpster always comes back to the same location, or does it just?
The truck pulls up, dumps it in their truck, and puts it back down.
Okay. So it's first dumped into a truck, high low with those big arms coming out, dumps it, puts it back, and then the truck goes to a station in Roseville, empties the contents of the entire garbage truck.
Yes.
And then that's transferred over to a larger freighter type truck that goes to the landfill.
Yes.
And you said you didn't know the date exactly that this particular dumpster was, I guess, tilted over and.
I just know it was before Monday morning. I don't remember if it was the Friday or Saturday it was picked up. I just know it was before Monday morning.
But somebody in your department knows whether it was the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, right?
I believe it's documented on the. Okay. I got the tickets from the actual trash company that dropped it off.
That's fair enough. I just want to know if it was you I need to talk to about that or somebody else. Probably somebody else.
I would say that's it.
Okay, fair enough. Can I have 1 minute, John?
Yes.
I canceled my Midjourney subscription because this AI does everything I need. I can upload my own.
Oh, you want to stop? Sure. Yeah.
While we're waiting for her to get something messed up here, we can talk about this Ring doorbell and just the closeness of these apartments to the shopping center in general. Would I be correct? I mean, you've been a Roseville police officer, you said, for about 8 years?
I've been a police officer for over 8 years. I've been with Roseville for over 4.
Oh, Roseville itself?
Yes.
Okay. Would I be correct in stating that it's not uncommon for people, particularly in those 3 apartment complexes, to kind of borrow shopping carts and move them, around the complex and take things into the complex and dump them back out into the parking lot of the shopping plaza?
Objection, speculation as to what those residents.
I'm asking him as a police officer, if he knows there, has any experience. With that.
Oh, that's common. I even asked the lady that looked at the ring camera if that's normal in her complex. She said yes.
Okay. So I take it there's, a number of people in these complexes that go to the store and get their stuff in a shopping cart, just wheel it out to their apartment and then return it to the parking lot there. There's usually a lot of shopping carts all scattered around, especially the back end of that parking lot.
Yes.
I mean, in terms of the plaza, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This is the same Ring camera that we were watching previously, correct?
Yes.
And that's from 26085 Pinehurst, is that accurate?
I believe that's the correct address.
Okay. And
I'm sorry, Mr. Lane, this isn't one of our exhibits. This isn't one we were watching.
no, I know.
I know you're just asking, this is the same one we saw before.
It's the same Ring camera, correct?
That's when.
Are you entering this as an exhibit? Is this defense A?
Yeah, I'll enter this defense exhibit A.
I'll stipulate to it. I just want to make sure we understand what we're looking at.
This is the same Ring camera that we were looking at before, right?
Yes.
Okay. And this is looking, what, east?
Yes.
And can we see where Mr. Booker's actual apartment is from this?
If I'm allowed to approach, I can show you exactly where it's at, yes.
Sure.
This is the upstairs. This is where Mr. Booker's apartment is located at. This is the entrance to this other apartment complex. It's a 48-4. There's no.
Okay. And so right to the far right of that picture would be the cameras affixed to his particular apartment building at Hampton, right? That look north and east or downward.
They're affixed to that corner, correct?
Right on the far right.
Yes.
Okay. And you said you didn't know whether this video, this Ring doorbell, when it would be activated or how close people would have to be to this particular location before the camera goes on, correct?
Correct. I don't know the exact how it's set up.
But let me just approach it. So obviously this camera's on when people.
This is Wistia Live. It makes hosting webinars a piece of cake.
Wait.
Are walking north or south on the sidewalk in the middle of the complex, correct?
If it catches the motion, I would say yes.
If it catches the motion, they
Yes.
are seen. So can you just play this for a second? Go ahead. You can stop it right there. So this is somebody at night pushing a shopping cart through that same exact path that we saw in the previous videos, correct?
Yes.
So again, not unusual for that to happen in this particular apartment complex, correct?
Correct.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. You want that introduces the defendant's exhibit?
Sure.
A?
A.
You said no objection?
No objection, I'll see it.
And I didn't get the time on that. Where is it now?
January 3rd, 2025 at 19:40:28, at least where it stopped right now.
1928, that would be most of the time.
1940.
Yes.
28, 1940. So 748.
Correct. Yeah.
Any questions, Mr. Frank?
No further questions from this one, Sharp. Thank you.
All right, Detective, you may step down.
Thank you.
Take a 5-minute break for our
Sure.
final witness for the day.
10 minutes.
All rise.
Can I see the transcript?
In chambers or?
I stepped away for just a second. What's happening? Let me see. Is that the end of it? Okay, let me fast forward it. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's resume from here.
The 29th court is back in session.
Please be seated. Calling matter. People versus DeAndre Booker.
Harmony Frank O'Brien, gotta get the people.
Here's where on behalf of people, Your Honor.
Robbie Lang.
On behalf of Mr. Booker,
Mr. Lang, you're not great, but usually attempt to speak with your client. Did you do that?
I did, but similar results as this morning, so I don't believe he's ready to be
Brought in court.
present in court today.
Very
And
well.
I know we talked a little bit at the bench about the time frame that where his video feed might shut off at 4 o'clock and the length of the witness that I guess is next on the prosecutor's list may be better off in terms of both length of direct examination and cross-examination to maybe just start fresh on the next date.
I
Feel sorry for this lawyer. He's doing the best he can, and he has a client that's not cooperative, and just want to show himself. I know tonight you got a lot of pillow talk for your wife about this client. Resume.
To continue at 4 o'clock unless there's an objection.
We can, Your Honor. The next witness would be the officer in charge, Sergeant Esperance, and I don't even believe I would be done with my direct by 4 o'clock, and so that would mean splitting up the direct testimony over the time span of a week and coming back. I just think that it would be better for all of us to start at the very beginning of this testimony rather than having to pick up somewhere in the middle.
There was also discussion that one of the reasons that is it Sergeant now? Sergeant Les Brown's we testified today is because you have other witnesses that couldn't make it today. So let me ask if, not yet, but when we start on Friday, would you be starting with those witnesses first?
Yes, sir.
All right, in light of that, then, in light of our discussion earlier that what you had planned on doing initially was having him testify last night, correct?
Correct.
Then I'll grant that request, so that will start on Friday at 8:30. For the sake of anyone that's in court, I was also informed that you believe we will finish next Friday, right? We have the whole day set for this case.
Absolutely, Judge. If we start at 8:30, even if we have some delays getting, the media will be here again. Starting at 9, we can get the 2 other witnesses done, I think, before lunch for sure, and then have the entire afternoon for Sergeant Les Brown's. So I don't see that being any issue at all.
Thank you. Very well, then we'll break for the day and be back here at 8:30, 1 week from today, which is the 15th of August. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Lang and I haven't discussed this, but I do have all of the exhibits that have been entered so far on a thumb drive. I will ultimately turn that over to the court at the conclusion of testimony. That's what I intend on doing. But if the court wishes in the interim to view any of the videos on a better screen or anything like that,
That would be helpful because some of those videos, it was difficult to determine what was going on, especially the ones that were taken in the middle of the night or just when it was dark, and what was being testified to the individual who was in the video was pretty far away from where the camera was, so it was not that easy to determine exactly what was happening. So yes, I would like to review those.
I have that, so if I can approach it here. Clerk has an exhibit sticker, I can just mark it.
Yes.
Exhibit, and I'll turn it to the court now. Mr. Lang, no objection to that?
No, Your Honor, no.
And this exhibit was.
Yes, that's 82A.
Did you want to take that?
I'll take it back. There's also a copy of it on that.
There is, okay.
We need to do that. 82 itself is not on there. 82 is the voluminous records that we have.
Those were from the Google search?
Correct. Yeah, that's the large stack of paper. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we'll see everyone back here, weeks before the bond is continued in each case.
That's it. So I guess they said it's going to be a week from that day. So it's going to be next Friday. And I will cover it. I wonder he's going to have another tantrum. Don't want to come in. He doesn't want to come to court because he doesn't want to change his clothes. He blah, 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 blah. But the other day he was standing up in court all proud, right, with his chest stuck out. Low life. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of it. I will do more of this one next Friday. And then I'm going to also cover during the week this other Dusty I have. Yeah. This Dusty that basically held the woman hostage and said, "You're going to be my slave." Yep, that's what he said for a year. And the poor girl had to jump out the window to get away from him. Tell you, it's like a Dusty epidemic out here. Ladies, you got to be careful out here. You have to be careful. But even though you are careful, sometimes you can be so careful, you do the right steps and everything, and these Dusties just overpower you. What can you do? And it's so sad because she did the right steps. She realized he was a Dusty. She got rid of him. She moved on, did her thing. She had her kids to raise. She didn't want this kind of influence around her sons. No, she didn't want that. And what did he do? End her life, knowing he's going to leave those kids without a mother. He probably jealous because his mother probably never loved him, never cared about him, never had time for him. So he was probably jealous of the relationship that she had with her sons. Yep, let's talk about it. Something to think about. Let's think about that. And TB, I see you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Now, I'm going to do more of this one again. Like I said, the judge said next week, so I'll see what happens next week. And like I said, I'm gonna get into the other Dusty. So, ladies, be careful. Be careful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say. Y'all have yourself a blessed night and a safe night. And date smart, not thirsty. Adios.